Hi guys, Mons here. On this episode of Ball in Mons, we're going to be looking at the AFCON preview for the quarterfinal, and I'm also going to give you my prediction on this episode. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say first of all, if you're on my channel, if you haven't subscribed so far, make sure you hit on subscribe button. Thank you very much. And if you're already subscribed, I do appreciate all the support. Thank you very much. Honestly, you don't know how much it means to me. So let me just get started. So the matchup of the last 8 are set. This is what separates the men from the boys, or from whatever way you want to say it. The boys. This is what separates the boys from the men. I can't wait for this next couple of games. It's going to be fantastic to watch. For me, the tied round is Algeria versus Nigeria, two heritage team. I'm going to go through a little bit more detail in a little while. So I'm going to give the list of the game. So it's Mali versus Senegal. I'm picking Senegal in that one. Cameroon versus Morocco. I'm picking Morocco in that one. Egypt versus Ivory Coast. I'm picking Ivory Coast in that one. And then Algeria versus Nigeria. My heart is saying Nigeria, of course, but my head is saying Algeria. For me, this is AFCON heritage. The two of the best teams in terms of in the continent of Africa. Nigeria and Algeria have produced some of the best African players of all time, in my opinion. This is just AFCON heritage, in my opinion. One of the last memories I have of watching Nigeria and Algeria was in 2019. I was actually watching one of my mates' house. He's half Algerian. We met up, we watched the game, and it was a fantastic game. However, I remember Mahrez scoring that last minute free kick. That broke my heart. Oh my goodness. I was heartbroken, I remember that day. And I was absolutely sick to my stomach when that free kick went in. He absolutely rifled in top corner. After a brilliant game, I was sick to my stomach. So I believe on Saturday at 4 p.m. we can get revenge on them. However, I'm not very confident. If I'm being completely honest with you, I'm not confident at all, because these two teams are very, very good. They're so far the two best teams in the AFCON, in my opinion. They're two of the three best teams along with Ivory Coast, in my opinion. But however, I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait for it. Next one is Morocco versus Cameroon. I'm going Morocco on this one simply because Morocco are just a better offensive team. They also have good defenders as well. And the referees of VAR are going to try their best to make sure Morocco goes through. The host nation, especially Morocco, in Morocco, more than likely the refs are going to favour them. Every 50-50 decision so far has gone Morocco's way. Against Tanzania, Tanzania got denied a penalty. I felt it was a penalty, but VAR, they didn't even go to VAR. The ref just didn't said it wasn't a penalty. I didn't go to VAR. Any other games or matches, it would have went to VAR, in my opinion. So I'm picking Morocco to go through in that one. Senegal versus Mali. I feel Senegal are going to have too much for Mali in this game. Mali are they're very, very defensive. They will sit back and frustrate the life out of Senegal. But, however, I do feel Senegal have the attacking prowess to break the Malian team down. You have Mane, you have Mbaye, you have Ismail Sarr. That's a very, very good front three. You also have Ndiaye from Everton. That's, like, for example, that front four would break most teams down. And I think that Mali will put up a good resistance. However, I feel Senegal are going to break them down eventually. And the last one I'm going to go through is Egypt versus Ivory Coast. I believe this game, Salah could make himself probably one of the greatest AFCON players of all time, because this is a collision course. Egypt are a decent team. They're very, very defensively. They're very, very astute defensively. However, Ivory Coast playing free-flowing football, been fantastic. Ahmad leading the line. Him, and like I said in my preview before, Ahmad Diallo and Yan Diamonde are the two best 1-2 combo. Well, one of the two best 1-2 combos so far, after Lookman and Osimhen and Akor Adams, in terms of forward players in this AFCON so far. Ray Ahmad Haile, my Man fan. Ray Ahmad Haile. Ahmad has been fantastic. Before the tournament, I picked him to be the young player of this tournament. I believe he could have a chance of winning the player of the tournament if Ivory Coast go all the way, even to the final or semi-final. And I think young player of the tournament, that's probably locked already for him, in my opinion. So, like I said, Salah could make himself, like I said, one of the greatest players of all time in AFCON history if he takes on this Ivory Coast team. Salah has to be very, very good. He has to be much better than he has been in the last couple of games. He hasn't played his best, but like I said, I do like seeing players start off slow and then ascend as the tournament goes on. And I believe Salah could knock him out, but Ivory Coast for me, they're just too strong all over the park. and they have too many options, even off the bench. You have Wilfred Zaha on the bench as well. It's just, I think the Ivory Coast bench might win this game for them, but I'm expecting a big game again for Amad Diallo. That's why I'm picking Ivory Coast in this one. That's pretty much my prediction and picks, my preview for the AFCON quarterfinals, the last 8. Really look forward to these games. They're going to be fantastic games. What I'm also going to do on Saturday or Friday, and maybe Friday, I'm going to drop the preview of the Algeria versus Nigeria game. So that's going to be an extensive preview of that game. Really looking forward to that game. That's tied around for me. Peace out. Hopefully I see you back next week. Nigeria going through to the semi-final. I come back here all smiling. If not, I'm still going to come back here in my Nigerian jersey. Now I'm proud. Thank you very much. Peace out.